It's about 5:15 p.m. on November 30th, and we're less than 24 hours away from a really big day tomorrow. The Supreme Court is going to hear oral arguments in the Dobbs case out of Mississippi that has the potential to really change the landscape of the abortion discussion in this country.
So tonight we've invited the physicians who are going to stand with us tomorrow at the Supreme Court. These are physicians who believe in the Hippocratic Oath. These are physicians who have taken that vow never to harm their patients. And they are standing with us tomorrow at the Supreme Court to show that the medical community, those who have taken the Hippocratic Oath seriously, do not want abortion, and nor do we see abortion as in any way needed in medical practice.
There are 3 or 4 of us in the Senate that always raise our voice when it comes to the sanctity of life.
So it's going to be a really exciting evening of just celebrating on the eve of what we hope will be an inflection point in history when we talk about the pro-life issue.
I'm Congressman Greg Murphy, and I'm from North Carolina District 3, which is in eastern North Carolina. I'm a member of the United States Congress, but also a practicing urologist. I came here to show congressional support to my fellow physicians, the OBGYNs, that they're standing up for life, and let they know that people, members of Congress, are still standing up for life and supporting them in their cause.
I've been a part of AAPLOG for about the last 5+ years. I was on the board for a while. I'm currently still serving with them on the Finance Committee just because I love them. And I love what they stand for, and I love everything about finding a group of pro-life OBGYNs.
My colleagues in AAPLOG, we all see how important this time is, for our nation, and we just decided we need to be here together.
AAPLOG has just been great with their message and the science behind what we're trying to do here. Roe's been essentially unchallenged, and it's old and it's archaic and it's outdated, and the science is updated, and we have things to help kind of redirect that. And so AAPLOG's message has really been that in itself.
It's interesting, they keep talking about abortion is essential, abortion is health care. So I always ask the same question. If abortion is so necessary, if abortion is so essential, why do over 85% of obstetrician gynecologists refuse to do abortions?
It's 6:35 in the morning on December 1st, and we are headed out with almost 80 medical professionals to the Supreme Court for the rally for the Dobbs oral argument. So super excited. Early, but ready to get going.
As someone who's coming home from a night shift, thank you guys for going out. Thank you.
AAPLOG, the American Association of Pro-Life OB-GYNs, has been involved in every single Supreme Court case since Roe v. Wade, including Roe v. Wade. We filed an amicus brief in this case, which was in fact cited by the Mississippi AG, giving the facts about what abortion does to women.
It's about 7:30, and we are out in front of the Supreme Court for the oral arguments in the Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health case. This is the case that has the potential to finally overturn the horrible decision that was made in 1973 in the Roe v. Wade decision that legalized abortion across the U.S. So we're so excited to be here on this really historic and momentous day.
Attorney General Lynn Fitch is here right now to give brief remarks before heading into the Supreme Court of the United States, where the justices will finally be given an opportunity to reconsider Roe v. Wade.
Good morning, good morning. Thank you all for being here on this very historic day. And today we turn the page on Roe v. Wade. We start a new chapter in American history.
During the rally, we got to listen to a small snippet of the oral arguments.
Consistent jurisprudence that puts matters back with the people.
One thing that stood out to me was one of the justices was talking about fetal pain and how it's a fringe minority of physicians who actually believe in fetal pain. And that was just unbelievable to me because the science is actually overwhelming now that fetuses can feel pain as early as 12 weeks, maybe even 10 weeks. And the science is there to show that. And so it just emphasized to me the importance of what AAPLOG is trying to do in getting this legitimate medical evidence into the hands of people who need it.
I am here today with 80 medical professionals from all over our nation. We are board certified physicians, and we are not the minority. We represent the more than 90% of OBGYNs who do not perform abortions and who value...
Seeing Christina Francis up there eloquently defending life, speaking for AAPLOG, speaking for our patients, that was my proudest moment.
We are here today to unequivocally declare abortion is not health care.
During the week of oral arguments, AAPLOG was seeing more than 9 times as many engagements per post as ACOG was. Tens of thousands of targeted medical professionals, reporters, policy professionals, Hill staffers, clerks saw AAPLOG's videos, posts, articles, and the case-specific microsite we stood up during that week of oral arguments.
If Roe v. Wade is overturned, we got a new battle. The pregnancy resource centers aren't going to be doing ultrasounds so much for babies to keep them alive, but to invigorate their moms, to educate their moms afterwards. It's going to be kind of a change and a new battle plan to help these women and their babies.
From what I understand, I'm not an attorney, that if the court rules according to the facts, that we should prevail with a positive decision. That's my hope and prayer.
I think there's a lot of scientific evidence that life begins at conception. There's compelling arguments that human rights also begin at conception as well. So I'm here to show my support that, hopefully the court will make the right decision to overturn Roe versus Wade, uphold the dignity of human beings, and kind of push back against a lot of trends that we've seen in medicine recently that are rather dehumanizing, particularly at the beginning of life.
50 years ago, the Supreme Court shut down the discussion, and it is time for the Supreme Court to catch up with where the science has been for the last 20 years. We were hoping our presence here would inspire the 90+% of OB-GYNs who don't do abortions to know they're not alone. They actually represent the best of science and the best of medicine, and we're an organization that they could join, magnify their voice, and say abortion is not medical care.
I do think we moved closer to overturning Roe today. I mean, I think it was obvious that, at least from my experience, this was the first time that I have seen the pro-life side, at least from what I could tell, outnumber the pro-abortion side. And I think that's just proof that the tide of opinion in this country is starting to change. So, we'll see. There's a long wait ahead of us until, what we think is probably June when we'll get the decision. I really do feel like we could be moving to a world where, at least on a federal level, abortion is no longer sanctioned.